Hey guys, in today's video, we will see a new story called The Legend of Yamoshi. Have you ever wondered who is the legendary Saiyan who was described by Shenron as the first Super Saiyan god in history? You will discover everything here in this incredible video. Is he the Saiyan of Beerus' dream? Is this the return of the legend from the past? The return of the first Saiyan to become a god? But before we start watching this amazing story, you shouldn't forget to hit the like button and comment on the story. Well, if you've already done that, then grab your popcorn bucket and your soda, and let's follow this new story. On planet Earth. 2 months after Son Goku and Vegeta's battle against Broly, it was possible to see that the two Saiyans training with Whis on a private island of Bulma, where she had bought so that the two Saiyans could face each other without anyone seeing or hurting anyone in the process. The reason why Goku and Vegeta trained so much during the last 2 months was the lack of strength. Because when they saw Broly, who was a Saiyan who barely trained or had real battles, Broly still faced the two Saiyans and humiliated them, causing Goku and Vegeta to be forced to merge and become a new warrior named Gogeta. And with this fusion, finally Broly was defeated. But this was something else that made the two Saiyans very euphoric because of Broly's strength, making Goku and Vegeta train even more intensely than they already had. After a few hours of training, finally the two Saiyans and the angel Whis had finally finished training and were currently eating some typical foods from various countries as well as other goodies. Whis said, "As always, the food of the land are very delicious, especially this barbecue thing," said the angel while looking at Bulma. Bulma said, "Yes, this barbecue is really delicious. It was made by one of my cooks who came from Brazil," said the woman while looking back where one of the cooks was very happy for her typical food from her country. It pleased the taste of so much Bulma and Whis. Beerus said, "I have to admit, this food is really delicious. Congratulations to the cook," said the god of destruction while eating the food, until he looked at Vegeta, who was acting in a strange way. Beerus said, "What happened, Vegeta? Don't tell me you're still remembering the fight with Broly," asked the god of destruction while looking at the Prince of Saiyans. Whis said, "True. You're very strange these days, Mr. Vegeta. What exactly happened for you to be this way?" asked the angel to Vegeta. Vegeta said, "It's not something very important, but after this fight with Broly, the day when Kakarot became a god and fought Beerus-sama," said the Prince of Saiyans while looking at Goku, who was now stopped from eating to pay attention to Vegeta's lines. Goku said, "The day I became a god? But what does that have to do with Broly?" the Saiyan asked his rival, who soon answered him. Vegeta said, "Simple. Broly has an amazing power and transformation, so much so that he really deserves the title of legendary Super Saiyan, and it reminded me of Shenron, who talked about the first Saiyan to become a Super Saiyan god," the prince said of the Saiyans thoughtfully, but soon Beerus ended up changing his re-released expression to a more serious one. Beerus said, "Bulma, do you have the 7 Dragon Balls?" asked the god of destruction to Bulma, who was a little more surprised than replied. Bulma said, "Well, I only have 4 of the 7 with me right now, but why do you want to use them?" the woman asked Beerus. Beerus said, "I want to know something, and Shenron must be useful at least to answer that," the god of destruction spoke to the woman. Beerus said, "Vegeta, get the dragon radar and go after the other Dragon Balls now." The god of destruction spoke in a more authoritative tone, and soon Vegeta took the dragon's radar and went in search of the other Dragon Balls. 1 hour later. After an hour, it was possible to see Vegeta with the last Dragon Balls in his hands, and then Bulma entered and took the other Dragon Balls to summon Shenron and solve Beerus' doubt that he hadn't said anything so far. Bulma said, "Shenron, appear and fulfill my wishes," said the woman, invoking Shenron, making the sky of the place go completely dark, with thunder falling all over the land, and soon a huge golden glow appeared. In it, Shenron appeared. Shenron said, "What do you need this time?" asked the dragon as he looked around at everyone in the place and got a little scared by the presence of Beerus and Whis. Beerus said, "This time, the one who wants something from you is me, Shenron," the god of destruction spoke, approaching Shenron, who was a little surprised and in shock. Shenron spoke, "What does Beerus-sama want? I will do my best to grant your wish." The dragon spoke in the most respectful tone possible to Beerus. Beerus said, "Who was the first Saiyan to become a god, and is he still alive?" Beerus asked Shenron, making everyone surprised by Beerus' question. Shenron said, His name is Yamoshi. He was a Saiyan with an incredible level of power who was able to do great deeds in his time, and maybe even our era in the present day he would. When planet Vegeta was dominated by the evil Saiyans, he became a Super Saiyan God and defeated them all, and years later, he ended up becoming a god again. Only this time he didn't need to do the ritual to become a god. The dragon spoke, leaving everyone impressed by Yamoshi being so strong in his time. Goku said, "So this Yamoshi was very strong at the time, and he even managed to transform into a Super Saiyan God without needing the ritual like Vegeta," said the Saiyans, looking at his rival Vegeta. Vegeta said, "Really? But now be quiet and pay attention to Yamoshi's story," said the Saiyan Prince while looking at Goku, telling him to be quiet so he can pay more attention to Yamoshi's story. Beerus said, "Really? He seems to be strong. But now answer me, is he still alive?" asked the God of Destruction while looking seriously at Shenron. Shenron said, "Yes, Sir Beerus. Yamoshi still lives." The dragon spoke, leaving everyone shocked. By Yamoshi, the one who became a legend for the Saiyans, was still alive. Beerus spoke. "It's like I thought. He's still alive. So where is he?" asked the God of Destruction while looking at Shenron. Shenron spoke. "He's currently sealed away on a faraway planet." The dragon spoke as he looked at everyone in the place. Vegeta said, "How was such a powerful being sealed away? That would be an unlikely thing to happen." Speaking of the Saiyan Prince, still not sure who was responsible for sealing Yamoshi. Shenron said, "Simple. At the time that Yamoshi was sealed, he was in a war where he fought alone and won. But in a last act of desperation, his enemies, they created a portal and sealed him in a parallel world, where he lives until nowadays. And even though he was sealed, Yamoshi didn't get weak. On the contrary, he became even stronger than he was before," said the dragon while looking at everyone who was surprised by Yamoshi, and he is still alive and has gotten stronger even though he was sealed. But at that moment, Beerus started laughing, attracting everyone's attention to the place. Beerus said, "If he's still alive, then that only means one thing. You know what that is, right, Whis?" asked the God of Destruction as he looked at the angel, who had understood Beerus' laughter. Whis said, "It means that the Saiyan you saw in your prophetic dreams was not Lord Goku, but Yamoshi. So the warrior who can defeat you, Lord Beerus, is sealed at that moment," said the angel while looking at Beerus. But soon Shenron spoke and said, "He is sealed, but not for long." The dragon spoke, attracting the attention of everyone in the place. Bulma said, "What do you mean by that, Shenron?" the woman asked while looking at Shenron. Shenron said, "Frieza. He was looking for the knowledge of the Saiyans to come up with a plan to face the Saiyans, and during this search for information, he found the place where Yamoshi had been killed. But that place is actually where Yamoshi is sealed, and as it should, knowing that Frieza will end up doing something, so Yamoshi will come back to this world," spoke the dragon, leaving everyone in shock. Vegeta said, "As always, the fault of a new ally or enemy will be because of that damn Frieza," said Vegeta, angrily remembering Frieza, who always causes problems for them. On a faraway planet. On a planet light years from Earth, it was possible to see Frieza and his soldiers walking through a tunnel full of statues of Saiyans who were the strongest of their ages. Frieza said, "Seeing statues with so many Saiyans like this is already making me shiver with disgust," said Frieza, while he was in his vehicle floating around the place. Frieza's soldier said, "Master Frieza found something that might be of interest to him," said one of the Frieza's soldiers, arriving at the place and kneeling before his emperor. Frieza said, "Okay, show me what it is," said Frieza to his soldier, who then got up and guided his emperor to a hidden room where there were some types of energy pillars that were preventing them from entering. And that energy was being thrown at the center of the place, where in that center there was a sphere that was draining all that energy. Frieza's advisor spoke. "What should we do now, Emperor Frieza?" asked Frieza's counselor. Frieza said, "Destroy these crystals. Maybe this sphere is holding a big secret, a secret that can be used to defeat Son Goku, Vegeta, and Broly," ordered Frieza to his soldiers, who soon did what was ordered. After the destruction of the energy pillars, soon the sphere that was in the center started to glow, and from that glow, cracks started to appear around the black sphere, and suddenly an explosion occurred, making everyone go blind for a few seconds. And finally, after a few seconds, it was possible to see a man with a monkey tail, being a Saiyan like Goku and Vegeta, but he was much stronger than them. The one who just woke up was Yamoshi, the first Saiyan to become a god. You've reached the end of yet another amazing video today, so for those of you who like the content of the channel, leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave your comment, which is something very important for the channel. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.